Peter Willey picking up a lot of runs on the back foot at the moment. And the Australian bowlers assisting him a little in that way.
Beautifully placed. Now that is really good thinking. A superb piece of captaincy, a magnificent piece of bowling, and Peter Willey is gone. That's one of the best pieces of tactical thinking I've seen in a long time. I saw John Snow get Ian Chappell at the Sydney Cricket Ground one day in 1971. And here Lilly has got Peter Willey, caught by Dyson, and it really was a splendid piece of cricket.
Peter Willey played very well, but there's no doubt there was a little bit of out-generalship there. Very, very good piece of out cricket by Australia. There it is. Mind you, the delivery was tremendous because it climbed that little bit higher and got Peter Willey a little bit tucked up, and he really only chipped it rather than hit it to that short third man there. But very, very fine performance by the Australian side there.
And what a nice way for Dennis Lilly to become the greatest ever wicket taker in the history of Anglo-Australian tests. Goes past Huey Trumble's record of 141. Applause from Ian Botham as he comes out. Applause for Lilly. The batsman out today, England having started at 6 for 1 wicket. Brearley's out for 14, Gower 9, Gatting 1 and Willey 33. 105 for 5. Lilly has 3 for 45, Alderman 2 for 28, Lawson none for 24. That's an over Dennis Lilly will remember for a long time. A tactical ploy that came off. Sometimes they don't. When they do, it's a magnificent feeling. And Dennis Lilly, with that third wicket there, becomes the greatest Test match wicket taker in the history of Anglo-Australian matches. First ball Botham has to face from Terry Alderman. Trevor Chappell at cover. The field is reinforced on the drive now. Hughes has come straighter at mid-on, and Lawson is quite straight at, well, I suppose it's an extra cover position really. He's gone around a little bit wider now, but he's in the spot where Botham was striking the ball so well the other day. Botham's quandary will be Is he to play his natural game, which we saw on Saturday? Some delightful dashing stroke play. Or is he to stick around with Geoffrey Boycott? It's off the mark. Lilley is doing the fielding. And well fielded and well thrown. And extremely well run Boycott coming back for the second. 106 for 108 for 5 now with that 2.
And it's important for Ian Botham just to sort it out and use a little bit of discretion. Make sure the ball's there to be hit rather than take any chances. With Geoffrey Boycott going on steadily. Very correct forward defensive stroke from Ian Botham, which we don't see very often.
Yeah, what a triumph for him it would be if he could still be batting at 6 o'clock this evening. Lovely shot. Allman pitching up again, inviting him to drive, and Ian Botham needs no second invitation.
Foot there, perfectly through the ball. 4 runs all the way.
And a second invitation accepted, in the air this time, and it may not go all the way. Lawson catching up with it just inside the boundary.
A little bit risky, that shot. Not quite there, not quite to the pitch of the ball. I don't think it was a real half volley. But safe. Well, that was in the air. You can see when this ball pitches, it's not really right up to him.
Jeff Boycott were to get 100 today. I reckon he'd treasure it almost more than the 100th 100 he got on this ground. Well stopped by Dyson at cover. Ball almost carrying to him. Perfectly played stroke. No doubt about getting on top of that one.
Well, you won't see much a better square cut than that. If Jeff Boycott and Ian Botham hang around for another 15 or 20 minutes, I think Kim Hughes is going to have a problem as to whether to bring Ray Bright into the attack.
13th over since lunch, being bowled by Dilley. This is the 45th over of the innings. got up quite as much as he was expecting.
I think he missed it by nearly a foot. Didn't bounce at all. It wasn't a very judicious shot.
And that's again beautifully timed. It was backward a square, but it's 4 runs nonetheless.
And all this young man has to do really is to harness his talent a bit. Timed that beautifully, just went behind square for 4. Just has that little bit of impatience. He likes to hit them all for 4. And there's no one playing that's ever done that. Just sort it out, he really would be a marvellous batsman.
Just 1 down to Jeff Lawson. But it's funny, since Botham's come in, there don't seem so many balls that are of good length. He seems to be either receiving half volleys or short ones, which is perhaps his batting rather than the bowling to a certain extent. .126 for 5 then. Boycott steadily on to 42 and Botham now 19. And that was terribly close. So Ian Botham having that little bit of luck that everybody needs on this pitch, and also that he didn't seem to have when he was skippering the side. Ted Dexter.
Well, getting near the 50 over mark. England only lasted 50 overs in the first innings. Every single over so far bowled by fast bowlers. I'm sure it would be quite wrong if you're a severe tactician, but I think if I'd been captain I just couldn't have resisted giving Ray Bright a couple of overs just to see what would happen. The ball is lifted and seamed off a dry pitch, and I would have thought if somebody's giving it a good spin that they would get lift and turn as well.
For the time being anyway, it's Alderman. And although it kept low, Botham this time getting the bat on it. 3 runs to him.
Well, when I was walking in the ground this morning, a Yorkshire voice said, "What odds against Jeff Boycott getting 100 today?" And I said, "Oh, you can have 20 to 1 with me on that pitch. I'm glad he didn't take me." Played really superbly.
And he's gone, and a very reluctant lever of the crease. Alderman getting the vital breakthrough for Australia when it seemed that Boycott just simply couldn't be penetrated. And he does not look very happy with that, but that's partly, I'm sure, because he's not put a foot wrong and really never looked like missing the ball at all. But he's out LBW for 46 after 215 minutes of superb defence. Lawson now to bowl to Botham. Hughes after it, but they'll come back for the second. No, they won't. And good bit of fielding by Hughes. It looked like a possible two there, and the fact that he has prevented it means that Ian Botham, who's reasonably well set now, is away from the strike, and that Lawson has 5 balls potentially at Taylor. Very short one indeed. $135 for 6 then, and it looks a pretty hopeless situation for England now, unless that weather should come to their rescue. Still 92 behind. Looks fine enough, doesn't it? Oh, and a rather soft dismissal, but very well bowled. The man placed there for it, and Ray Bright, making no mistake, a simple catch. Lifting a bit, and Bob Taylor, sometimes inclined to pop the ball up in that area, becomes the 7th man out and Alderman's 4th victim. Rather disappointed with himself.
Bob Taylor making that early move forward, and Terry Alderman's whacked it in at him. He's popped it straight to Ray Bright. If you're doing that, the only way to get out of it is to let it hit you. Put on a nice big chest pad and let it hit you. That's a rather grisly dismissal.
Well, it makes England 135 for 7, and it's beginning to look very much like an innings victory for Australia, with a free day for them tomorrow. But you can never be too certain of anything in this game, and Graham Dilley, who's held them up quite often in this series with the bat, coming out to join Ian Botham. And Alderman enjoying another successful day. He's kept going remarkably well, and he's just picked up the wickets often enough to keep him fresh. Dilley off the mark straight away. So Terry Alderman now 21 overs, of which 6 have been maidens, and he's taken 4 wickets now for 42.
Terry Alderman again, and Botham to take care of him. This man at deep third, very square, and 3 slips. That's where he is, specifically for that stroke. Graham Yallop. .143 for 7, 24 Botham. He has strike and it'll be Lawson to bowl. Didn't quite get that, but it'll be good enough for 3 if he wants 3. Dilley will look for 4. Just 2 steps in the gully now. Well bowled. It's fast and straight and just on the perfect length, so Botham couldn't get it away. .71 behind now, England. Botham is 28 now, 70 minutes, and Dilley has made 17. John Dyson, the century maker of this match, 102 he made in the Australian innings, 401 for 9 declared. I suppose would come into the reckoning for man of the match. The award being presented in this third Cornhill Test by Fred Truman. Oh, well stopped. It's a great piece. Well, that's bad luck. Bad luck. It was a lovely shot and a superb piece of fielding to get to it. Beautifully executed stroke. Although he was going away from it, Botham, he still rolled his wrists over it, kept it down. The pace of it. overthrows. Go for 4. Was there for the single, and it was to be the single from the last ball to give Botham the strike. The throw was from Trevor Chappell. No one had time to get round to back up. Alderman was going to the stumps at the bowler's end. And Marsh couldn't quite reach it. Botham was in anyway. Dilley was the one who was in danger. It needed Marsh to take that and then return it if he had been able. That little tumbling turn there. Little 1.5 with Pike from Rodney. And it all resulted in 4 runs to Botham. 174 for 7. 53 to avoid the innings defeat. Batsmen now today: Brearley 14, Gower 9, Gatting 1, Willie 33 and Taylor 1. England 174 in the first innings and 174 for 7 in the second. Bowled, well played, and that's T. And Botham remains 39 not out. Dilley 25 not out. 176 for 7.
Or perhaps seeing the size of Dilley and knowing his county, Frank Woolley might be a possible model for him to aim for. So it's reduced England's deficit to 41. That's beaten him. 4 more. Well, the Headingley crowds of the last few days have not had a great deal to cheer in the way of batsmanship, and certainly not in the way of English batsmanship.
This is really a most remarkable shot. It's almost as though he lifts it up there.
Oh. And that looked as though it had to be 4 runs off the inside edge. And it's the second time he's made out of this world stop.
This really is a brilliant piece of wicket-keeping. He's on the way down the offside, and over he goes. Certain 4 runs saved there. He's a tremendous performer these days.
Oh, beautiful stroke, beautiful stroke. And if the other one was unorthodox, that was a classic cut.
This is a beautifully timed shot, guiding it down there, following the stroke through. Perfectly placed. And England really rushing on at the moment. Only 33 runs behind.
Not so lucky this time.
And almost every occasion that Ian Botham played that square cut outside the off stump and missed it, he's pulled his front foot away. And so he's pulling his body away from the line of the ball.
Botham finally drawing a defensive shot out of Ian Botham. 4 for 73. Well, whatever anybody may feel about Ian Botham and the rights or wrongs of his being captain, surely there isn't any doubt that he is looking a freer and simply more carefree young player, and he has had a great match. Top score in both innings and 6 wickets in the first innings.
And carrying on along that theme, he looks a little bit younger as well. All the tension gone out of him, and he's enjoying playing his cricket again.
Botham coming up for his 28th over. And not quite where he intended, but it brings him his 50 nonetheless. His second 50 of the match, and that broad smile conveying a real sense of enjoyment. And of a brilliantly talented, carefree cricketer with a fairly meaty inside edge on his bat. His 50 in the first innings came off 50 balls. This one has come off 57 balls in 111 minutes. And as with his first innings, he's hit 8 fours. Well, pulled himself round there. that's a magnificent shot. There was nothing wrong with that ball at all.
And Ian Botham just launching himself at this. Didn't get his foot across, but it didn't matter. He really crashed that through. We've seen some fine strokes from these two.
And Barry Mayer, the umpire there, I think having a slightly angry word with the crowd because he feels that perhaps one or two of the papers that are blowing across are deliberate, but also that the crowd there should have kept back and waited for that ball to go across the rope for 4. Safely over the top of Hughes's head. And a bit of a risky blow that, but he's got away with it.
I think he hit this one somewhere near the splice, but he's such a powerful man that it carried deepish mid on.
So just 8 needed now to make Australia bat again. Oh, now it's 4 needed. 3 4s in a row, and the last 2 owing a bit to luck, but he's really having a lovely time, and so the crowd.
Good Sunday League shot, this. Overslip. 4 runs all the way. There's Ian Botham's Test match record with the bat. Averaging almost 31.5 in innings with 600s and 650s. And 2 years ago, he scored almost scored 100 before lunch here against India.
And Hughes putting a great deal of thought, as you would expect, into his field placings here. And there is the 100 partnership between Ian Botham and Graham Dilley. In just 70 minutes, which have, if they haven't turned the match upside down, they've certainly turned the character of the match upside down. That's 4 more. Graham Wood having no chance catching it. And there must be a little bit more than frustration as far as Australia are concerned. No, just that nagging feeling of doubt as well.
and I suspect it was always on the cards once Alderman decided that would be his angle of attack. Complete change of angle there. Was always likely to nonplus the left-hander. But what a splendid knock that was from Graham Dilley. 56. Bowled Alderman. And that gives Alderman his 5th wicket. Fine performance again from him. Well, for a tail ender, I reckon Graham Dilley has just slipped himself into the budding all-rounder class. If he can bat like that once, then he can certainly do it again. He's done it before in other games in this series.
And I suspect he just got a little inside edge on this. And an excellent piece of bowling by Terry Alderman. Moved a little bit into him off the seam and into the leg stump. And out she goes. But a marvellous innings by Graham Dilley. Given a great deal of pleasure to this very loyal Yorkshire crowd who just turned up here today when it appeared that England had absolutely no chance of getting even in front of Australia.
Don't bother looking for that, let alone chasing it. It's gone straight into the confectionery stall and out again. A beautiful hit.
What a wonderful follow through. And I think Ian Botham's decided, with Graham Dilley out, that he's going to get his 100 as quickly as he can. 86 he has now. And England's lead 36 runs.
Just look at the overall picture of today. 65 minutes to go, 10 minutes between innings, so England are getting close now to making it impossible for Australia to win the match today. I hasten to say, if Australia wins the match at all. It's been exhilarating stuff this afternoon. That's where there's no man. There are men everywhere else. There's a long off, a deep point, a third man, a deep fine leg, and a deep mid-wicket, all of them on the boundary. The one unguarded spot is extra cover.
A magnificent shot again. Tremendously strong. And it whistled through extra cover.
Ian Botham now, 91, faces Jeff Lawson. Last hour has produced 90 runs. The overall scoring rate, 276 from 72 overs, is quite remarkable. Must be a long time since a test match has produced the second new ball with a total over 300, and that's what will happen here if it keeps going at this rate, a scoring rate of 3.8 per over at the moment. Those are the scoring rates. England 57 runs per 100 balls in the first innings, 63 in this innings, and Australia 43. The over rates, England well ahead of Australia. They bowl 15 an hour, 15.3. Australia 12 and 13. But today it has taken a bit of time fetching the ball back from the boundary. Shot again, he didn't quite get it, but it's 4. Yes, it was, well, it wasn't quite a thick edge, but it was certainly not in the middle, but it went for 4 and it went very fast. He's 95. Only one slip now. Well fielded. Graham Wood, the man who's gone out of the slip cordon, is just in front of square. Another man has come into slip, gone round to gully now. That's Border. He was down at fly slip, so there's just a third man. It's a no ball and it's 4. 99 to Botham. And that's as good as any stroke he's played all day. Safely away for 4. That's a splendid 100. A great innings by Ian Botham. 50 in the first innings, a century in the second, and 6 wickets. A marvellous all-round performance to match some of the others he's produced for England. And a marvellous tribute as well from his teammates, all of whom have gathered. And Mike Brearley is just giving him the word to stick around. Well, if he sticks around for too much longer, we'll be starting to think in terms of what might England's bowlers do on this pitch. His 7th Test match century, and he faced only 87 balls. 157 minutes, 1/6, 19 fours. It's his 14th first-class century. 103 not out. And a really marvellous piece of stroke play. Safely away down to border. And now it's a change of tactics here. 5:15 in the afternoon. England 296 for 8. And Ian Botham is just going to keep the strike going. And that may well have been because of Mike Brearley's wave from the dressing room balcony when Botham had made his 100, just making sure that the innings wasn't thrown away. And all the fielders are back trying to let him have a single now. And he won't bother taking that. But he doesn't have to worry about keeping the scoring rate up because they've been scoring at a fantastic rate. Something like, well, almost 4 and over. And this is sensible tactics. He's going to make Kim Hughes make the running now. No need for England to panic and keep throwing the bat. I come back to that little margin I mentioned earlier. Just give me 100 runs to bowl at and I'll be happy. Chivalrous. I think I might have had Geoffrey Lawson come down and pick it up for himself.
Well, the good tactics here are to play the first 4. He's played 3. Then the field comes in and try and give the last 2 a crack. It's the best way for the senior batsman to maintain control.
That's easily taken. So there's one to take Botham on to 104. Safe and 4. Unorthodox but valuable. And up comes the 300 now. 301 for 8, and what a transformation. 104 to Botham, 25 to 0.
Must have been very close, and you can see how disappointed Lawson is, but an inscrutable Welsh face. Missing leg stump.
Of course, the value to Australia of this slowing down of the scoring rate is that now only 8 overs and a ball or so remain before new ball is due, and that would make a big difference to Australia. They get a chance to bowl with that tomorrow morning if England is still there.
Dilley at third man, and Botham just literally walks up the pitch. Now, I wonder whether there were two there. There aren't going to be now, that's for certain. Alan Border coming in from the deep mid-wicket boundary. If they'd really gone straight away, there must have been a chance of two. Same again, and the crowd reckon they ought to be running for these. They have faith in their Yorkshire captain's ability to withstand Lawson, but Ian Botham doesn't have so much. Did he get a touch on that? I think that he did, and if so, it was a desperately difficult chance. Yes, no signal from the umpire, so Rodney Marsh did very well to reach it.
Really high, wide and handsome bouncer here. Ian Botham ducking for cover and also getting a top edge. Marsh going absolutely full stretch and just didn't get enough glove to it.
Tipped it over the bar there. And Botham and Old came together at 2:52 for 8. And it seems a long, long time ago that Ian Botham himself came to the wicket. And he's through. So Chris Old out for 29. He'd stayed there for 53 minutes and he prolonged this England counter-attack very effectively. But Lawson getting that vital breakthrough for Australia.
Well, the leg stump Yorker, probably just the one he's been trying to find.
And is that one past border? Superb shot. This has been a leonine innings.
Well, he had a nice practice the one before, so he was really ready for this and knew where he was hitting it.
Safe. Yeah, doing his best, but he had no chance. And I would think that as Hughes returns the ball to Lawson, he perhaps is saying no more short ones.
Yes, the funny thing is that that's 3 balls halfway down the wicket, and if a batsman were sort of cowering away from the ball, the umpire would be warning him for intimidation. I don't think anything's going to intimidate this man at the moment.
And that's the 4th ball of the over, but he's decided to not take the single. He'd back himself to do anything he wanted, I think, at the moment, Ian Botham. So the one saving field has come back into position. Oh, full toss, and where's it gone? Over to 3rd man in the air for 4 runs. And it was very near to being what is called a beamer. Straight at his head, which is an illegal ball now. It says so as much in the laws. And that looked like another one. And Botham's going to be content with 1 run. And Lawson, I'm sure it wasn't deliberate, apologising to Ian Botham, who is helmetless and has never looked in any danger. And now the umpire there having a quick word with Jeff Lawson, and I think telling him that beamers are not on whether they slip or not. There's David Evans, who had a word with Lawson at the end of that over. So what a fantastic day's cricket this has been. 337 for 9, and one just doesn't know what's around the next corner. Again, there might have been 2 in that with a fleet-footed runner, but Bob Willis not exactly like lightning between the wickets. And with this match unexpectedly going into the final day, I'll tell you in a moment the prices for admission tomorrow. Oh, another great shot. So the lead 105 as we go into probably the final over of this remarkable day's cricket. And it's going to be bowled by Jeff Lawson. 115 the lead, beg your pardon, 115. Lawson to Botham. he's not going to go for the run. Quick ground made by Chappell in front of the pavilion. So one consolation for Australia in the last half an hour or so is that England haven't been able to run any twos. On the other hand, they've had plenty of fours and ones. Oh, it's safe. It's going up for his 25th four. And that is Ian Botham's highest test score, surpassing the 137 he made on this ground against India 2 years ago. And it's done more than revive Ian Botham's career, it's positively revived this test series. Oh, magnificent stroke. 4 more runs. Lawson getting tired.
Well, Lawson bowling it down the wicket, and Kim Hughes told him to pitch it up an over before. Said, come on, keep it up, but he's probably too weary. He can't get it up the other end, and these runs keep peppering up on this scoreboard. 123 ahead, England.
Last ball of the day, the new ball will be due tomorrow. And he's got the single he wanted. So he'll have the strike in the morning. This man who has become, once again, a national hero. Ian Botham, 26 fours, a 6, and 145 not out. He came to the wicket when England were in dire straits at 105 for 5. It has been a phenomenal innings. England have moved to 351 for 9.
Ian, what a fantastic performance. Can you come around this way? So what do you say about that? Marvellous.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, yes. Bit of luck earlier on, but...
I mean, England, when you went in at about 2:15, were 105 for 5, still 120 odd behind, and facing defeat. Can you just sort of take us through your feelings as that astonishing performance developed?
Well, when I first went in with, the wickets, Boyce got out and then Bob Taylor got out. Graham Dilley came in, we just decided we'd just play. The ball's there, have a go at it and hit it. And suddenly we put on 100 runs and things started looking a bit different. And then we just went on from there, and towards the end tried to stay there now for tomorrow.
And when it was there to smash, you smashed it.
I had a go, yeah, a few edges, but...
Has any innings, Ian, ever given you more pleasure than that one?
Oh, this is a very good one, yeah, I enjoyed this one, yeah.
And can you cross your heart and say that with the cares of captaincy taken away from you, that you've looked a lot more relaxed and it's been the old Ian Botham again?
I'm not going to say, see, I found myself in the original catch-22 situation, haven't I?
Yeah. Well, what about the state of the match now, Ian? Because a lot of the pundits are left with egg on their faces.
Yeah. Well,
England facing inevitable defeat, etc., etc. And now what? It's over 100 ahead. It's 124, the lead. One wicket to go.
We get another 50 or 60, it might be interesting in the morning. But let's see what happens tomorrow.
Ian, I reckon you want to get in the bath and you deserve it. Tremendous, well played.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. Cheers.
What a marvellous match this has been. Absolutely incredible, and one of a handful of games I'll remember forevermore as a player and a commentator. Fine stroke. You wouldn't believe that he could get that through the field for four, but he has done with a lovely flowing drive over cover.
It really looks as though he's carrying on from where he started. Hit that one on the up, over Ray Bright at extra cover, and 4 runs.
Yellow. Perfect conditions. And he's gone. Caught very low down there by Border. Alderman has taken his 6th wicket at the end of the England innings. Good catch that. Good piece of bowling. And England's brave second innings has come to an end. Botham carries his bat. 149. Terry Alderman has his best test match bowling figures. Botham is best test match batting.